All right, guys, what's going on? It's Jack, and welcome back to another video. And finally, I have some excellent news for fans of first-person shooters, and even more so for Call of Duty fans, because as of recently, things have not really been up to the full potential of what they could be, right? Well, right after making a previous video that may or may not go up before this one, we'll see. I woke up to, well, I saw after recording the commentary for the previous video, I saw an amazing, wonderful tweet from Mark Rubin. Now, for those of you guys that don't know, Mark Rubin actually developed Call of Duty Ghosts, but he does not work for Activision anymore. As a matter of fact, he has been working on a game called XDefiant, which was originally called Tom Clancy's XDefiant, but didn't make sense, so they changed it to XDefiant since it really wasn't reminiscent of a Tom Clancy game whatsoever once they revealed it. But that's not what's important. About 16 or 17 hours ago, according to what I'm looking at on Twitter right now, Mark posted a very unique tweet that you just don't see from game developers nowadays that is very, very refreshing. Granted, this has been mentioned before, but again, just to be brought back now, again, very refreshing. So I'm going to put it up here and we'll read it and then we'll discuss. So thank you everyone for the feedback. As I mentioned, minimaps and lobbies will work as you expect, and there will be no skill-based matchmaking in casual play. But I saw a lot of people ask for map voting. It was a low priority on our roadmap, but after all of this feedback, we are bumping it up. Just to be clear, I'm working on a new shooter called XDefiant and not still on COD. When it comes to listening to community feedback, since March, we've been low-key inviting thousands of players to play development builds in our insider sessions. The feedback has been great. Also, tweeting while working causes typos. It should be at XDefiant. If you go to playxdefiant.com, you can sign up for the insider sessions test. There are only 4 sessions left for this year. Now, that right there, just the first tweet right there talking about no skill-based matchmaking is absolutely huge, because everybody else just seems to like not say anything about it. They're not being transparent. This is some of the biggest forms of transparency that we've seen in a long time. And the fact that they're actually doing the exact opposite. This was like less than 24 hours later after Infinity Ward basically said, we're not changing shit. Like, this guy showed with just one tweet that, like, hey, it was a low priority for us in the first place to put minimap voting, but after you guys have asked for it and wanted it really badly, it's like we've made it, we're bumping it up. It's like, this is how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. You take the feedback from your playtesters, from your fans, and you incorporate that. This is also one of the reasons why you call in people that know what the hell they're doing to help you develop your game, which goes to the second part of the exciting news. Now, this was obviously a while ago, I'm assuming. I'm not sure, but let's just, I saw this, so I'm putting this up and I'm reading it to you. And again, we'll discuss again. So this is from Patrick Price, also known as Aches, who is one of the most amazing Call of Duty players that has ever played. So, 2-time world champion. Let's just say that the man knows what the hell he's talking about. So let me read this here and let's talk about it. After a month ago, I announced I was closing a big chapter of my life and starting a new one. Retiring from competing professionally and moving on to the world of game development, I promised you that I would be able to share some exciting news regarding that soon. Well, that day has finally come. It is my pleasure to announce that I have joined the Ubisoft San Francisco studio. I'll be working on XDefiant, which is being led by industry veteran Mark Rubin, who helped create some of my favorite shooters ever. I am joining an incredibly talented design team and working on various aspects of the game: camera, controls, game modes, weapons, factions, and more. As I mentioned before, I've been consulting since last October, and in mid-January, I joined full-time. I'm extremely excited about things to come and sharing some of that with you. For starters, closed testing is coming back soon, so make sure that you are registered on our website. I cannot wait for you to participating, and getting your feedback is super important in making XDefiant the best game it can be. See you there, Patty P. So those two things right there. Now, I think the Patrick Price announcement, I think, was more of a while ago, but the Mark Rubin tweet was less than a day ago, according to what I saw on Twitter. So I think Exclusive Ace also mentioned that he was called in to work on XDefiant as well. So yeah, guys, I mean, ultimately, after everything that we've been through over the last 3 years with Call of Duty and the direction that Call of Duty is headed in terms of what they're doing, and I talked about SM squared or SM2 before, so that's one thing that people are eagerly anticipating and being very patient about. And this is another game here that we can be eagerly anticipating and being patient with. And the fact that they are going on main social media, the main guy, Mark Rubin, and saying everything is going to work as you guys intended. No skill-based matchmaking and casual play. I mean, it's a lot of people when this game was originally revealed, they were like, oh, it's just a Call of Duty clone. It's like, okay, well, it could be, but not exactly. If there could be something, a little bit of a different mix added in that would make this game its own, it would give it its own identity while having that same look and feel, without the skill-based matchmaking and everything like that Call of Duty provides, but also at the same time giving us a unique flavor that we could probably enjoy. Hell yeah. And just the fact that there's no skill-based matchmaking and casual play with this game is something that automatically would make it more enjoyable. I mean, really? It doesn't really get any better than that. And then plus you got Patty Akes that's basically helping with the development, Exclusive Ace, and maybe a few others that have been called in as well. Maybe Drifter has been called in, I'm not sure. But that's good though. That's good. And the fact that they are literally saying that they're listening to community feedback and literally applying these things that are making that a priority is great. Now, granted, nothing, everything has been basically in private sessions for now. But with that being said, when the game moves on to the next stage of its development, I'm sure it's going to be a lot more public, and I think it's going to be a lot more. I think we have a lot of good things to look forward to. It really is nice to see a main studio developer, at least potentially, taking in the feedback from everybody, and the fact that you have a pro player, one of the best pro players to ever do it, basically join the team full time as well. Like, I guess he was originally part-time or whatnot, and then he became full-time. It's like, okay, I like what you guys are doing, so I was, yeah, I'll join you. So the potential is there. Obviously, we're still a ways from release and from the next, whenever they're going to be ready to announce or to make it more public. But so far, things are looking good, and it's and I wanted to give a little bit of hope to the Call of Duty community, because the Call of Duty community as of lately has definitely hasn't been treated the way that they should be, in terms of like, hey, your customers are saying this, but you're not doing that because for whatever reason. So it's like things could be done. You could take the feedback and things could be done to appease literally every single player that plays. Not just the good players or not just the bad player, but everybody. And that's what Call of Duty used to be. And that's one of the things that made it what it is in the first place. How many times have we said that before? But anyway, guys, I'm pretty sure I'm running out of footage here. So let me know what you guys think. Have any of you played the Insider Sessions? Let me know. Have you played them multiple times? Has there been a good amount of changes? Do you like it? Is it a breath of fresh air? Let me know. And I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.